I wanted to ask you about a couple buzzy topics, Matt. You're a very smart man.
Here comes the clickbait stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think about MJF? What do you think about what's going on right now over at AEW? Would you be? Let me rephrase this. If you were part of the roster,
Yeah.
and you didn't know until like it all became obvious that it was a work, would you be upset or would you not be upset about what's going on right now?
Is it a work? Do we know that?
We don't know that for certain. We don't really know much, but
everybody's talking about it, right?
It feels like
it's
a work.
Creating buzz, right?
It feels like a work at this point, doesn't it?
Who cares? We're all talking about it. Right?
So you don't care.
Who gives a shit? We're all talking about it. Whatever it is, it's working. He is the talk of the wrestling business.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
You're questioning. You're having doubt. Is this real? Is this not real? Isn't that what the pro wrestling business is?
Yeah, for sure. I'm just
suspend disbelief.
So from your perspective, if you're part of the company or whatever, and this is all going on, you don't really know what's happening. You it sounds like you really don't care as long as it's creating attention for the company, right?
I mean, unless I was working MJF on that show, why does it bother me? I cannot listen. I've been in this business for 19 years. You think I let every little goddamn rumor bother me about everyone else? I don't care what other people are doing. I don't care about everyone else's business. I care about my business.
Yeah, well,
what MJF is doing doesn't affect me, you know?
Well, yeah, and on that note, there was another bit of controversy that you kind of waded a little bit into here recently.
Yeah.
Which was the Sasha Naomi situation, and you shared the tweet about you getting shoved off the ramp and how you wish you'd have stood up for yourself, and that invited, I guess, CM Punk into the discourse where he decided to kind of go after you a little bit, man. I was surprised by that. What was your reaction to Punk kind of trying to turn this on you?
Listen, it was a fun tweet. If anyone took that tweet seriously, I don't know what part of the tweet was more obvious that it was a joke. A, that I said I was going to put my neck brace on Johnny Ace's table, or B, that I was talking about the respect of the internet championship. It was a joke. I still think it's funny. So if people didn't like it, I mean, that's life. Nobody's gonna, you can't please everybody. You know, you're always going to have a hater or a critic or someone who disagrees with you, and that's life. And that it is what it is. And I wasn't going to engage in some Twitter back and forth with anybody over it.
Sure.
I thought it was a funny tweet. I didn't delete it. You know, I thought it was pretty clever.
What's your relationship like with Punk? I would imagine you guys spent some time around each other.
We always had a good relationship. We used to ride together. Haven't talked to him in a while, but I have nothing bad to say about Punk.
Okay, so did that catch you off guard that he did that? Because like in Punk, I know Punk's Punk, but like I looked at your tweet and I thought the same thing. I was like, this guy's obviously not trying to wade into controversial waters here. I thought Punk just kind of came along and tried to like knock you out or something. It was very weird to me.
Like I said earlier, I don't really care what other people say. It didn't really affect me. I saw the tweet. Obviously, people sent it to me, and he's entitled to his opinion. And like I said, I wasn't going to engage for what. You know, it was just a joke tweet. I thought it was funny. Still think it's funny. And it is what it is.
Yeah. How do you feel about Cody's return to WWE? What did you think about the way he handled himself jumping from AEW to WWE?
I think, again, he made a great move because everybody was talking about it, right? Everyone was questioning, is he really going? Is this a work, right? He went. What a night for Cody, and what a return it's been. And he's proven himself, which he has in the past before. But I think right now it's truly his time. He's one of my closest buddies, and I'm very, very happy for him. And he's doing his thing, and he's doing it his way. And more power to him.
And I asked that because I know when we've talked before, you've said that you kind of followed a little bit of the Cody blueprint, made it your own, obviously. But now having seen how he was like a half step ahead of you, right? He left the company before you. He's made it back now and been able to take all that IP that he created out in that world and bring it back into WWE. I mean, it's hard not to look at you and how you've reinvented yourself and could see how you could have a similar path. I mean, does that intrigue you now that you see what's happened with Cody and how they're treating him?
It's super cool that he was able to bring his music and his logos and his nickname, and it's his package. So, hypothetically, if I were to ever go back, I would love to do something similar to that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, does it make you feel like there's more of a possibility of that now, seeing what happened with Cody, or no?
I mean, I've said it from the moment I got released. I'm not trying to get back to WWE. I'm not doing anything to get back there. But I'd be lying if I said I never wanted to wrestle at MSG or I never wanted to have another WrestleMania match. Of course, I'd be lying. So if Vince right now, or Bruce Pritchard, or Johnny Ace called, of course I'd have a conversation. But I'm in no rush to get back there just to say I'm back. There would have to be some sort of purpose for me to go back.
Yeah, like, winning the world championship in your 5 right?
I mean, because right now, I'm having, besides this goddamn injury, I'm having the run of my career, the most fun, making the most money. I'm loving it. I'm my own boss. I got the Major Wrestler podcast. I'm super busy. Even this summer with these bookings that I have to postpone or cancel, I'm still super busy doing, conventions or autograph signings or Major Wrestler podcast stuff. So I'm having the time of my life. So for me to go back there and give up that freedom, it would have to be worth it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you're the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, right? I mean, that's a very prestigious title.
I am the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. The pay-per-view next week is named Always Ready after me.
Right.
So I'm having so much fun, whether it be at NWA, Impact, GCW, random indies all over the place winning titles. It's been so much fun. Unfortunately, this injury came at a horrible time, but like I said earlier, there's no good time to get injured. But I'm gonna make the best of it.